Our national anthem today will be performed by Wisdom Snare from the School for the Blind, who will be singing, and Skylar Bastian from the School for the Deaf, who will be signing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. To the CSDB class of 2020, parents, friends, and staff, today we gather in a non-traditional graduation ceremony during a non-traditional time. For you are unique in your accomplishments and how you have excelled, especially during these last few months. I am thrilled to be standing here today to look you in the eye and congratulate you, even though we cannot shake hands or hug. Whether you have excelled academically, athletically, musically, theatrically, or even as a member of the student body government, your experiences within these varied groups has taught you the importance of a positive attitude, respect, independence, determination, and excellence. These characteristics will take you far in life. You are champions. Each of you are as unique as the path you have taken to get to this point, and the path you will take as you leave this ceremony. Whether your plans include the world of work, joining the Bridges of Life program, or pursuing other post-secondary education, take the characteristics that you have learned while at CSDB and apply them to every part of your life. If you do, you will go far in life. You have not made it this far without the love and support from your families. Seniors, please stand and turn around to your family members who are present today and say thank you. Through thick and thin, good and bad, your family has stood beside you, encouraged you, and maybe even fussed at you a time or two. Without them, you would not be here today. Due to the pandemic, we are unable to have all of your family, friends, and staff who have cared so much about you here today to celebrate with you. Please know that you are in their thoughts. They congratulate you on your achievement and wish you well on the next steps as you begin the next chapter in your life. We don't know what the future holds because you are still writing your story. Take that step outside of your comfort zone and fly high. Former President Jimmy Carter said, "We must adjust to changing times and still hold to unchanging principles." You have lived the unchanging principles of respect, dignity, honesty, responsibility, and teamwork. Years from now, I hope you can look back at this trying time and say, not only did you graduate, you persevered, you prevailed, and you made history. Hold your head high. You are forever Bulldogs. We will now have remarks by Dr. Michelle Butler from the CSDB Board of Trustees.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Butler, and on the behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate the class of 2020 on a job very well done. You inspire us through your strength, courage, leadership, optimism, good humor, sense of community, intellectual curiosity, focus, and motivation. You have consistently demonstrated these qualities while at CSDB, and they will serve you well after CSDB. The board realizes this is not the graduation ceremony that you may have envisioned, but it will certainly be as unique and memorable as you are. Please know that regardless of the format, we honor you, we respect you, and we congratulate you for your stellar achievements at CSDB. Thank you for all your hard work and best of luck in your future endeavors. Go Bulldogs!
We will now have a presentation by Angel Monroy from the School for the Deaf, senior class speaker.
Hello, everyone. We're here to take this moment to think about all of our experiences that we've been through and the challenges. We will still have challenges in the future. But remember your support system, your parents, teachers, staff, and friends. They've supported you and believed you can do it. Being deaf and blind, we have some hard challenges, but we've problem solved and overcome and become successful. No matter how many times you fail and make mistakes, you'll be able to problem solve and overcome these, no matter what your dreams are. You may fail and make mistakes, but never give up. Keep fighting. I remember one of my old friends always used to tell me, keep going, think positive, never give up. Do the best you can. That had a big impact on me. Learning helps support our brains. You are not alone. Everyone has challenges. Everyone faces difficulties on their way to their goals. No matter the lessons you learn from school, home, work, or other places, those lessons will help you. One of my favorite lessons is the Titanic. When we were studying that, I was struggling with reading and writing and math, but that teacher really inspired me, and learning that lesson helped me improve. History, reading, writing, math, and science were all used in designing the ship. People came together and used their education to support each other, and they became successful, and we can do the same. Thank you so much for all of your support throughout the years. I give you my everlasting thanks.
It's okay to clap. Next, we will have a musical presentation by our salutatorian, Liam Nickel from the School for the Blind, and Priscilla Needs from the School for the Deaf will be signing.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys on the man. When child always stay humble and kind. Go to church if your mama says to. Visit grandpa at a chance that you can. It won't be a waste of time, so always stay humble and kind. All the girls said please, said thank you. Don't steal, no cheat, and don't lie. Know you got a mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold grudge or chip that is right. Bitterness keeps you from flying, so always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between being with someone and being with someone you love. I love you, there ain't no pick up the line, so always stay humble and kind. Oh, the door said please, said thank you. Don't steal, no cheat, and don't lie. Know you got a mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. When it's hot, you need a root beer and popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let the summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget, turn back around. Help the next one in line, so always stay humble and kind. Oh, the door said please, said thank you. Don't steal, no cheat, and don't lie. Love you, no mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind.
My apologies, that was Trisha Waddell, one of our teachers from the School for the Deaf, signing. Next, we will have our valedictorian presentation, and that will be done by Jackson Lambert from the School for the Blind.
Class of 2020, we've come a long ways. From entering our first class ever to finishing our last class online. From taking the first nap offered to staying up all night trying to figure out our next steps. And from being surrounded by our friends every day to being surrounded by our bedroom walls that we all know too well, we've definitely come a long ways. I am so proud to be part of this graduating class. Like every class, we've had our fair share of struggles and challenges. However, there's something quite extraordinary about this class and our generation that has gotten us through everything. And that quality is uniqueness. This class demonstrated the ability to use our differences as strengths to come together and accomplish outstanding things. So let's explore some of the personalities that I've been inspired by from this class. I know someone from this class who has unshakable faith. I admire her faith in the Lord, His kingdom, and His plan for her. And though she's had to deal with some incredibly difficult things, trials most people can't even imagine going through, she keeps fighting. She never stops believing, and most importantly, she continues to show love to everybody and shows them the way to the Father, just as the Lord does for us every day. I know and admire a rising musician. His ability to sing just about any song, regardless of the scale, play the guitar like a pro, and his ability to write songs is heartening. And not to give him a big ego, but I can definitely see him becoming a well-known artist. And though his skills are impeccable, his personality is genuine, soft, and humble. There's someone in this class who will not be silenced. This young woman is not just a powerful leader, but an influence to me and her community. And though she uses sign language and is surrounded by peers who rely heavily on verbal or tactual communication, that's never stopped her from leading a group of 20 to 30 students in completing tasks or hosting events for our school. And when out-of-the-box thinking is needed, she can be relied upon to come up with innovative solutions that have actually worked. Finally, I want to highlight a gentleman who may be quiet at times, but is someone everyone would like to know. This young man is optimistic and looks for the best in everyone. And though that skill may be superfluous to some and may not be such a big deal, I find it comforting to know that in this world where everyone is judging everyone and someone gets a bad rap just based on one thing they said or one thing they've done, there are people like him who look past their flaws and imperfections. These are some of the diverse, incredible personalities that I've come to be inspired by and enjoy being around. As you can see, these are just a few people with very different personalities and characteristics that make them unique. They use their unique personalities and characteristics to help their families and their communities. It's important that you understand that you are also unique. And though it sounds like something you may have heard from a children's show, it's true. You have something special and you have something different that was given to you for a reason. You also need to know that in this world, there are people who will criticize you, who won't understand who you are and won't get why you are the way you are. But it's not for them to understand, and you do not need to justify yourself to them. Be different. Stay who you are, because you are what the world needs.
Excellent presentations and speeches and words to live by from our students. Thank y'all. Now we will be hearing from our commencement speaker. Her name is Jessie Lorenz. She is a blind mom, a disability thought leader, writer, speaker, mediator, marathon runner, and gold medalist with the 2008 Paralympic U.S. Women's Goalball Team. A graduate of the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, Ms. Lorenz went on to study public policy at both San Francisco State University and the University of California at Berkeley. Ms. Lorenz served as the executive director of the Independent Living Resource Center, San Francisco, and as the former ADA compliant coordinator for then Mayor Gavin Newsom's office. Ms. Lorenz recently relocated to Colorado Springs, where she provides mediation services within the special education and family law systems. She is training for her next marathon in December 2020.
My name's Jessie Lorenz, and today I'm going to tell you about my Paralympic travels, especially about my friend Nancy. This story begins in a bathroom, as many good stories do. Nancy had asked me to turn on the water faucet. She said it would help her pee faster. We were in Athens, Greece in 2004. Nancy and I had just been selected for random drug testing shortly after she led the Canadian women's goalball team to a 5-2 victory over the United States. Nancy was my nemesis. She could throw a left-handed reverse curve that clocked in at almost 38 miles an hour. I was the goalie on the USA women's team, and many of Nancy's throws had just slipped right underneath me in our last game. Though Nancy had just won the gold medal, and my team the silver medal, she asked me about my plans for training for 2008. I answered in a rather non-committal, self-absorbed way, because I was still filled with so much disappointment. Well, Nancy, being from Canada and all, she popped out that Wayne Gretzky quote, "You'll never achieve the goal if you don't take the shot." I decided to put my hat into the ring for competition in the Beijing 2008 Paralympics. And this time around, the women's team, the USA women's goalball team, brought home gold. My Paralympic experience taught me that the only thing between me and the level of my achievement is my willingness to work hard and my ability to dream big. I know what it's like to be the best in the world at something, and I have a gold medal to boot. Not too bad for the blind girl from Durango. Last week, I learned that my greatest competitor, my drug testing buddy, and a legend in Canadian women's sports, Nancy Morin, died as a result of the COVID-19 virus. Nature is teaching us, through the form of a tiny virus that is harmful to humans, that the invisible hand is both unpredictable and capricious. Nancy and I had a lot in common in terms of our disabilities, age, and our athletic ability. But this pandemic is teaching us that no one is entitled to a long life, so we best live well while we're here on this earth. I was raised to believe in an America that, in theory at least, holds common respect for the right to pursue your dreams, as long as you're willing to work hard for them. Just as a personal encounter with mortality can transform a person for life, so can a society's encounter with mortality transform a society. The opportunities for the disability community as a result of this pandemic are profound. Jobs that were only thought to be able to be done from within an office are now being done from home. Technologies for people who are deaf that help them access captions are becoming ubiquitous in our online spaces. Doors that used to be closed are now suddenly open. Graduates, I'm sorry that we cannot be together today. The class of 2020 is one marked by history and opportunity. Many moons ago, I graduated from CSDB, and to be honest, I can't remember a thing about our commencement speaker, but I do remember the pride and love I felt from my teachers, my family, and from within myself. We celebrate the students of the class of 2020 and their achievements today because they represent the best that is within all of us. Students, you became what others said was impossible. My blindness paints a sharp contrast between easy and difficult. It forces me to push past the limitations other people place on me. Over and over, I am forced to prove my competence, and as a result, I've been able to achieve even more. I want to live and experience everything life has to offer. How about you? Do you want to be in the sidelines or in the game? The virus provides new opportunities for us to engage with one another. We've been through this before as a country back in 1918, and one of our disabled ancestors had something wise to say about it. Back in 1918, the stores, restaurants, and theaters were all closed down. In a letter to a correspondent, Helen Keller observed, "Although the world is full of great suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it." Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. You are the overcomers.
Words to live by, for sure. Before we proceed to the next part, which is probably the most exciting and the one you have been dying to get to, there are a couple of reminders that we need to go over. Students, please remain in your seat until your name is called. Once your name is called, you will walk up to the stage on the northwest corner on these front-facing steps. Come up the steps. Once you get to the stage, you may remove your mask, removing it from one ear to the next. Walk across the stage to the front of the podium where there is the X marked on the floor. At that point, you will move your tassel from right to left. Wave, we will applaud. Please, when you return to your seats, you are not to hug, high five, or touch any other student or their family members going to or from your seat. You may celebrate with your two immediate visitors that are with you. Visitors, please feel welcome to take pictures of your graduate while they are on stage, but you will need to do so from your seat. This is to ensure that we don't have less than social distancing appropriate. As the students return to their seats, please do not reach out to them. We know you want to, we all want to. There will be a time and a place for that much later when the virus has gone. Once the ceremony is over, please remain seated. You will be escorted one family at a time. We will start at the back of the gym and exit. Once you get outside of the building, please continue on to your cars. Again, while we are on campus, we cannot have any touching of others while on school grounds. We do appreciate you coming. We appreciate your patience and your tolerance with everything that we've had to do in order to make this graduation possible. Are there any questions before we get to the really exciting part? Okay.
These seniors have completed their requirements for graduation and are ready to receive their diplomas.
By the power vested in me by the state of Colorado, I pronounce the following seniors graduated from the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind.
Eiley, Skylar, Isabel, Bastian, Colorado Springs. Luis Fernando Blandon Romero, Avon.
Hi.
Carl Eugene Dutcher, Colorado Springs. Woo! Give it a little wave. Vinny D'Angelo Garcia, Colorado Springs. Moving his tassel from right to left.
Love you all.
Love you lot. Joseph Dalton Gartner, Castle Rock. Jose Asuncion Gutierrez Munoz, Denver. Jose's in center stage. Right to left of his tassel. Little wave. Jeremiah Matthew Lakin, Greeley. Walking to center stage. Tassel right to left. And
Love
two
you
fingers up
all.
in the air. Jackson Montgomery Lambert, Colorado Springs. He's walking up to center stage, moving his tassel from right to left. And a wave. Angel Lopez, Colorado Springs. Taking his mask off, giving a wave. Tassel from right to left. Priscilla, Portia, Angelo Ali Mendoza. Sorry. I'm sorry. Colorado Springs. Angelo's coming to center stage. Tassel right to left. And a little wave. Priscilla Portia Needs, Colorado Springs.
Good
Center
luck.
stage, I love
Good
you.
luck. Love to you all.
Liam Robert Joseph Nickel, Englewood. Angel Ramiro Ramos Monroy, Colorado Springs.
Love to you all.
Hannah Eve Scraskins, Peyton. Do you see the stairs, Hannah? Do you see the stairs coming to your right? A little bit around. There you go, Hannah. In the center, Hannah. Stop right there. Hannah's moving her tassel from right to left. Woo! Little wave. Wisdom Wolf Snare, Colorado Springs.
It is my honor to present to you the graduates of the class of 2020. We will now do the recessional, leaving from the back of the room. Kathy? Families, please stay seated until it is your time to depart. Safe travels going back home.
I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the